involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. Hope you guys all had a good holiday. I am not expecting too much interesting to happen today, but you never know. But we do have somewhat low liquidity. So yeah, let's post the links out here. Let everybody kind of filter in here.
So you've decided that you have.
Oh my gosh! You know what? So first things first. I have to fix my sound. Oh dear, because it's coming out of the speakers. All right, there we go. All right. I hope that OBS is picking up the right thing. Let's see here. It is not. Now maybe
Instead of.
There we go. All right. Move this down here. All right. Links. There we grab this one. There's your YouTube. Interest rates. Real-time spread charts. I do. No, that's not right. That's not right. There. And who was that? Oh, I was trading on Twitch. And there he is. All right, there we go. I moved my microphone up by putting it on this Rubik's Cube. So I hope that you guys can hear it okay. Okay, so it says that I am not streaming to Twitch. We are, well, that's right, we don't need that window anymore. Okay, but it is working on YouTube. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. But why are we not getting... Let's do that. See, the problem I have is that the microphone, it's too high. If it's too high, then I can't see the screen. I need something that's like right here, you know, like a boom. I should just go buy a boom. Why does it say that I am offline on this side? Let's see if something wrong with Restream. Oh, the API connection has expired. So let's fix that. Awesome. Authorize. Unable to connect, huh? Well, Twitch just does not like us today. That's okay. I expect things will be pretty, I mean, people are still coming back from the holidays, you know? It's okay. And most people watch on YouTube anyways. But it does look like they buying this bitch. Look at that. And that's just 4 ticks straight up, isn't it? Actually, there was a little bit of selling here. A little bit of selling, and now 3 ticks up. 5,000 contracts. They just went right through it. Well, let's see if I toggle this on and off. Will it work? No, it doesn't. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, guys. Ooh, they have a download for Windows now. That's new. Let's try that. Restream chat setup. Because that would be very, very nice. So this is not, I mean, I like that we're getting a trend going up here and everything, but this is not necessarily really conducive action to us right now, because they could trade against us and go back down 3 ticks just like that with no warning. In fact, they are starting to make it appear that that may be what happens. Notice how the liquidity changed there in the 10-year, and the 5-year traded down. So yeah, kind of interesting. Let's see if this restream chat thing that we can download now works. Maybe better than the other thing. That would be so very, very nice. Do all the chats in one place. Yes, sir. It worked. Oh my gosh. Look. Hold it over here. 2 out of 2 connected. It's great. Oh, this is so good. I'm so happy, guys. So now I can put this up here. Oh, it doesn't like that. It's kind of putting up a fight here. Okay, if I do that, and then I put Discord down here. Yeah. Up a little bit. Perfect. Very, very nice. So for that, I don't need nearly as much room for this chat. Yeah. Perfect. Oh, sure enough, it came all the way back. You could buy it here. You notice it took like almost no volume for it to trade down. In fact, only 410 at 09. Not the best action for us. No, definitely not. Oh, they even have overlays, so we can embed it in the stream. I don't know if I want to do that though. I don't know if I want to do that. Well, maybe. I mean, we could replace the. No, but then it wouldn't show the Discord. Discord is what matters, folks. If you're listening and you want to chat, go to Discord. That's the best place. So there's really good traders out there in Discord. Okay. So nope, it's still. I wonder. Well. How many people do we got watching right now? So we got 4 of you on YouTube. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to stop and restart the stream to see if it fixes Twitch, alright? So we'll be right back. Okay. Okay, yeah, should we do the disclaimer? Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay. And let's see. Now I see they're both sending data. If I come over here and I refresh, does Twitch now show me online? It shows me offline still. YouTube works. Stream resumed. The stream is continuing. Oh, it's giving me the unable to connect thing again. I wonder if maybe Twitch has decided to that it doesn't like restream anymore. I don't know. That's unfortunate. Well, it doesn't like it. Whatever. Whatever. Well, actually, could have gotten filled at 08. It goes offer. I mean, it's telling me that the restream thing works. The chat thing works. I don't know what the deal is with Twitch streaming. It doesn't like it. Did I like screw up a setting? Is it unlike something about my downscale? No. No. Streaming 6,000. I don't know. I don't know what I'm what's wrong. It must, but I guess it must not be. It just says unable to connect, so it must be a problem between Restream and Twitch. Well, they were stacking quite a bit there at 08. Question though is, I'm not entirely convinced that we're going to get a downtrend going here. I mean, it could do, but super hard on what's this? Restream support will be back in full force January 3rd. Okay. So what they're saying is that all of the problems is not going to be fixed. That's really what they're saying. That's really what they're saying. Ooh, now what happens if I... Oh no, that's just the RMTP URL. I don't know. It bothers me. It bothers me greatly. But, You know what? You're just going to have to watch on YouTube. And then I'm sure that tomorrow or the next day they will fix it. I don't know. So we're having this conversation on one of my videos, and they were saying, and we were saying, it seems like 20% is a pretty key point, and that's where everybody says like it's no longer just a pullback; it's a bear market. And the question was, why is it 20%? And I don't know. All I know is that everybody seems to care about that number. It doesn't necessarily mean that for us or our traits that number matters, but it's an important number for some reason. Well, it seems like the move down is very much a reaction to the E-mini. I think that 43.12 that was absorbed at 7.5 is a little bit of a tell, though. There was absolutely somebody willing to buy there. I'm not so sure that means that I want to stick my neck out, but we'll see. We getting the live squawk, by the way? Oh, we are. I think we are. I haven't heard him say anything yet, so I don't know if that means that it's actually working. I haven't gotten it to come out through here before, so I think it should be. I don't know. Let's make this show this the week. See, now this is wrong because so if I do I need to reclose this? Where is it? Pin to start. So let's, because now it's telling me that I have no viewers. But that's not right. Of course, we're moving up. Well, think of it this way. At least we're not encountering all of these problems on Friday. Good. I think, so I'm not so sure I'm going to take a trade today. But now is a good time to kind of get back into the swing of it, watch the action, see how it's behaving, make sure that everything's all, the software all still works and everything, So, it's okay. It's okay. The Bitcoin futures during the holidays, awfully choppy, isn't it? And yet they are buying it like they want to buy it really bad. Oh, Restream must have updated because now it can't. It won't let me get smaller. Ooh. Now that's cool. This Restream thing has a relay. So it will relay the chat messages over between Twitch and YouTube. That is cool. we can make use of that. So how do I do that? Relay mode. Okay. Hopefully, so now we'll wait. I mean, I know there's only 4 of you watching, but if somebody says something in YouTube, it should show up over here in Twitch. Oh, except for that, the Twitch is still saying that it's not streaming, so it may not. It may not work. It may not work. We'll have to see. I mean, they are kind of making it look like it's going to go back up to that 09.5 again. They've got the market bracketed real well. Let's change that so that we can only see today. Oh shit. You can connect to Discord to it too. Okay, hold on. Hmm. Two out of 3 connected now. But it doesn't like something about it. Let's try Chrome. Wonder, does it show? It looks like they have to add a robot. And I don't see anything in chat that says like restream. So, yeah. Maybe the robot is not made it in yet. That happens sometimes. Wow, it can connect to a bunch of different things. It can connect to like almost everything, guys. Okay, well. I don't know. I'll try it tomorrow. It'll probably be different. It'll probably be different. Let's see if I post something in here. Does it? Probably not. Nope, it doesn't. Uninitialized. I see.
Donald Trump meeting with Africa with congressional leaders. So Sanders now. We knew that he was meeting with Schumer and one other today. That was out a while back.
Okay. Good news. Oh. This is going to be interesting because they've both backed themselves into a corner here. Okay, so they're taking out 095 and now we going to go higher? Let's see here. So the last one stopped here at 10. A few went into 10 and they didn't get over it. And of course there's like a bunch of iceberging and so forth at 095. Both ways, in fact. Mm-hmm. Sad face. 095 went offer again. I don't know. It might flip here. I mean, if it's followed the pattern that it's been doing this morning, it's going to flip here. The one problem, though, is that the liquidity below us is not looking the same that it was before. Before, we had like a really clear outlier with everything else kind of being just okay. And now all of these are relatively thick. Well, 4,000, which is what we would like to see to trade. And only one outlier here. Well, and then there's one tick up above. Then on these other ones, I don't really see anything too interesting. Well, there's the 26. There's the 26. So ZB maybe backed off a little bit. I don't know, guys. And the E-mini is actually kind of stopping here too. That's not necessarily good, is it? So since we've been here, we've had this small move up. And that's all it's done. The action in the e-mini is not necessarily positive, is it? All Pundit, a guy I follow on Twitter from Hot Air, is retweeting this thing this morning from Brett Hume. Well, actually, he's retweeting somebody named Sarah Quinlan. Anyways, she says, the people who somehow manage to defend almost everything the president does think writing an op-ed about character and values is unappealing. Mitt Romney represents the state, and 64% of Utah voters say they want to see Senator Romney stand up to Trump. Yeah. Here's the thing. The polls that you see about Donald Trump in Utah are kind of schizo, and one of the reasons is that polling in Utah is not very reliable. And although they did call the Ben McAdams winning, so maybe it's getting better. But in my experience, it's a little unreliable. One, and two, they kind of have this dichotomy because a lot of people don't like Trump's character, but they very much overwhelmingly support the things that he's been doing. So just keep that in mind when it says 64% of Utah voters say they want to see Senator Romney stand up to Trump. But see, here's your problem, Mitt. If you're listening, which you're not, I wish you were. But like, if you go around and you attack Donald Trump and you stand up and you stand up for values and all of these sorts of things, you think that all of these people that hate Donald Trump are going to embrace you and say, oh, good job, Mitt, we like you because you're doing the right thing. That's not what they're going to do, because they see it's not about Donald Trump. It's about the policy. And they're going to hate you no matter what you do because you're a Republican. So there's no point in this whole
Johnson announces it's called
charade.
Cash dividend of 90 cents a share.
There's no political advantage to it for you. That's my take. I think if Mitt Romney really wants to stand up for values and all that sort of stuff, he should put his head down, go to work, and get a bill passed. They gonna get over 10 here? They're building up like they think they can do it. Oh, there's a poll. That's a little suspicious. And it ticks down. So it be like that, does it? So if we touch 085, then it's definitely like, well, unreliable liquidity. And the volume that we're seeing here is not very strong. Like, really, we had like, what was it, 5,000 contracts to go up, and then about 7,000 to go down, and then 7,000 back up. And that's been all of the volume that we've seen today. Okay. So they're holding 095, so somebody is buying 095. There was actually a really good iceberg there too. And then the level 2 flipped on us. Okay, they're hitting 10, and there's an iceberg there. 5-year is now showing a pretty big liquidity in the 5-year there. I'd really like to buy it here at 0.95 because I do think, based on what I'm seeing, that we may move up. But the risk reward in this spot is not very good. They keep iceberging like that at 0.95 though. See, there's your problem, because there is a big order at 0.9. So we could use that as risk. We could say we're only going to take one tick of risk, which I think is what we would need to do in this particular spot. Is we're buying 0.95 and we're betting that it's not going to touch 0.85 and that it's going to touch 11. So we could do that. But if it touches 0.85, you know, there's a decent chance that they're going to go all the way back to 0.75. So that's why I say the risk reward here is not necessarily very great. Now, I think that 0.95 wants to get filled, because he's pulling it.
Forex reserves rose 1.5 billion to 278.6 billion euros in the week. Gold receivables remain unchanged.
He wants to buy it. Okay, there it is. They took 0.9 very easily. Oh. Sucks. They're moving quite a bit here now. The E-mini is kind of moving too. E-mini's not necessarily moving up. Well, I'm surprised that it's only taking like 500 to trade down. Well, you got a better risk reward here now. You're buying that. I wonder what the cause of that volume in the E-mini was. Because it's the price action in the E-mini actually kind of looks a little negative to me now. situation, we'd have to be taking that. Hmm. So not exactly going right back through things, going back the other way. Very unreliable liquidity, though. That it was 3,000 at 085, and now it's 1,500. So they're pulling 1.5, 2,000 off all over the place. That's why it's so easy for it to move. Hmm? Not quite flipping it here. Now an iceberg at 085. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, that 085 is being awfully difficult, isn't it? But they are buying it pretty aggressively. Yeah. Hmm. That 09 is just completely pulled. Completely pulled. So this is interesting that he's willing to buy 085, but he's not willing to buy 09. Hmm. They're actually building a decent amount there now at 085. Yeah. Maybe it's just because the mini did tick up a little bit there. Yeah, it did. It did. Saw very much a turnaround in volume there when they sold into 085, so I lost one tick on that. That's okay. Because I wouldn't have gotten filled at 09. No way. Now the E-mini looks like it may want to go higher. Oh, when did that big order show up in ZB as 16? Hmm. Well, now we're in a pretty big dead zone.
So there'll be a cabinet meeting to be held today, according to a White House aide, separate from the lawmakers' meeting. That's Trump to hold a cabinet meeting today, be separate from lawmakers' meeting. Make it what you will after the was it 12 days now? Government's been shut down.
They must need to talk about how they're going to handle everything being shut down now. The executive branch are going to have decisions to make about what things to give up and
For
stuff.
our customers across the pond here, the big story over the weekend, I guess, since we've been back, first day of the working day of the year, has been the China data, which has been poor on that case in PMI manufacturing read, and that started the motion. That started us off on this negativity trap. Also, obviously, the government shut down, the ongoing Brexit situation, and the fact that again, I think liquidity isn't as at its optimum at the moment isn't helping. We also obviously had that Bank of Croatia story this morning, which added a bit more fuel to the fire. Although they've been in trouble anyway, which the board resigned today needs to be put in administrator. All these factors have really led to what we've seen. Banks and resources, basic resources, were the main losers here at the start of play this morning in the futures, and that obviously spills over to the equity cash day start. And we'd like to see that, although off our lows, still looking at negativity for the US stocks.
Aha,
Full
pull.
rundown of company news and activity is up on our board for those that want to go through it in more detail. We are looking at negative start for the year for stocks.
So 075 pulling. That may be that they really do want to go down to that 16. And I see John here saying that, yeah, that must be a target, or it probably is a target. I think that may be the case. It doesn't really make sense to sell 07.5, unfortunately. I'm wondering, because that 075 pulled, yeah.
So Commons Bankers price it's 750 million euros worth of 5-year and 750 million of the 15-year covered paper.
Triple bottom at 19 might hold though. See, the sellers know they can get filled at 08. See that? And there's a huge iceberg there. I find it a little bit odd that we cleared 08 half. We traded into 09, 600 contracts into 09 in fact, and then we came back. But then when we came back, they're not willing to sell into 075. It's not just that they're not selling 075, it's like the whole thing is kind of weird. And now there's a huge iceberg at 08, right? Probably the largest one that we've seen. I mean, we've been seeing fours, but now that's a 5. Okay. So it went bid. They're able to build up 1,000. There you go. There's 1,000. And the 5-year is showing maybe, well, 24 was like broken, so that's really weird too.
So at the bottom of the hour, we will get some Canadian manufacturing PMI data on the wires, and then at 2:45, it's 9:45 Eastern time, we're going to see the US manufacturing PMI data hit the wires. This is because it's a privately held reading.
So now it's tempting to buy 085 on the theory that we're going to break out and go back up to the top of that range, but really, what are the chances that it's actually going to do that? In fact, if I had held that all the way through all of that, because I never would have gone negative on that trade. I maybe would have taken it off at 085. Look at that. 08 went off for really easy again. And the 5-year is ticking down. And my cumulative delta charts are all screwed up now. Let's fix that. Look at that. Yep, I think that they're going to push it down there. They broke through 19 in ZB. Nope, they're holding a good bid at 075. It's not leading to any buying at 8. Of course, probably needs to pull first. Ah. So there's lots of selling at 08. There's lots of buying at 075. Okay. Well, 075 went offer. Look at the big order at 085 or 08. And the 18 continues to hold. And they ticked up quite quickly. Hmm. So it kind of feels to me like they wiggle it around to try and get it to overextend. The E-mini came down there. That's part of what's going on. And that movement in the E-mini, though, could just be a pullback. It's hard to tell. I think that the sellers still have control here. Because they let it tick up there. They let it do that and then slammed it back down. And even though the E-minis come down a point or two, this hasn't really reacted.
Three minutes now till we get this Canadian market manufacturing PMI data. December, previous came in at 54.9, low forecast.
Okay. So now they're holding a strong offer. Okay. We would have liked to have pulled that. Tried to get the fill out 6.5 because they're going to trade into that 16 now.
10 seconds to the Canadian data.
Them being all sneaky, but I can see what the vampires are doing today.
3.6.
I saw that.
3.6 there for the Canadian PMI. It's a manufacturing PMI. Versus 54.9 previously.
Here comes the open. I think they're going to buy it. I think so. I think there's going to be a bunch of people out there that are like hopelessly optimistic. Then they're going to try and buy the E-mini because they want stocks to have a positive day to start out the year. That doesn't mean that they're going to win, but I think that they're going to try it. Look at that. See? There's your buy-in. Now the problem that you got here is they could move all the way up to 24.78 perhaps. But we've seen this before, right? Where we get strong buying and then the shorts come back in. I think that we'll probably get a should have pulled it. Oh well. Like I had my mouse there to cancel it if it was going to go through, but they just swept it. So I was like, okay, well, 2 ticks, whatever. Now you got this thing like, is it going to just keep pushing down? Tough to say. Okay, and now back above 0.75. Not above, but they did trade into it. They got above 0.7. I could go short again if I wanted to and get that tick that I wanted. I don't think so, though. Why do I have that order in there? I don't want that. You could potentially buy here. I don't think so. I think that shorts may still be in control. See the E-mini? Oh, you know what I could do? Could Move
10
these.
minutes time now until we get the US market manufacturing PMI for December. The final reading expected at 53.9 against the prior 53.9 unchanged.
Yeah. Just close that window. Don't need that one. There. Then I bring back this and the Bitcoins. Aha. That's nice, because I like being able to see the orders come through. Okay, they're trying to clear '07 half, and there's a big iceberg, and there is a big order at '08 as well. Okay, good. That was a strong bid there. Oh, and they got hit, and they held strong too. Wow. I think if you can get filled there, you want to take that. Hmm. Okay. I thought better of that. Yeah, there is a gap. Oh, look, I was actually wrong. I could have held that. I just didn't like my risk reward. I kind of decided I don't want it. I think I did the right thing. I wasn't in the right mindset for that trade. Like, this is resistance. A little bit of divergence now with the E-mini. Hmm. I think that this is going to win and this is going to go down. Well, I mean, they just did that just there, but it seems a little bit much. So there's 08. Hmm. Interestingly enough, on
Given it's time
this,
to get the final reading for US manufacturing PMI for December. Again, that's expected to remain unchanged at 53.9.
on the move up, well, let me show you. So the last couple of big orders that we've seen were back at 07, 06 half, way back there, like 4 ticks ago. So what's happened is the offers are pulling as we're ticking up. What we might do is we might flip here a little bit and retest those levels back at 06 half, and then form a higher low. See that? Oh, that 23 3/4 in ZF. Now there's another one showing up even lower than that. Seeing them show up at like 23. Yeah, 23.
Bit of US political news now. Confirmation from the White House that the Trump cabinet meeting is set to be occurring at noon today.
So far fairly balanced at 08 still.
1 minute.
If I see pulling at 07.5, then I might get a little concerned about it coming back down. But if it comes back down, I'm still might be looking down there to buy it. Yep, there you go. There you go. You see it's doing it. I'm going to take this off this. So I can see. Sure enough, 07.5 pulled. That probably doesn't sound quite as good.
Seconds.
It was much better when it was like right here.
53.8. 53.8 for the US manufacturing PMI. So looking closer at the breakdown, the manufacturing sector PMI that was the lowest since September 2017, while the sector final PMI and output index for December at 54.3. The owners index was also at 54.3.
Okay. Like what I need it to be a little bit higher, but it's just not that high. It needs to be more like that maybe. So like half of that. Wait a second. So what if I put my technical analysis book? How about that? Move the cord there. Okay, yeah, I think I like that's a little bit better. It's closer, but I can still see over the mic. I like it. Might also, I could move the screen up a little bit. Okay, yeah. That's a little bit better. Actually, just a little tick up. There we go. Yeah. And then does the camera still look okay? Yeah. Okay. Camera's a little ski-wampus though. Look at that. Back to 06 halves again.
So we're just getting the GDT price index coming in at 2.8%.
See, the thing
Selling price of 2,986 per ton.
The thing about that one was that I saw that as a possibility merely because it pivoted there. And I did not necessarily see some sort of change in control or in the order flow to take us down. But now we're taking out 06 half and we got down here very quickly. So the idea of buying it here now on the expectation that we make a higher low is obviously way out the window. I don't think I want to buy it anymore. I think I want to sell it.
There's more US political news now. CNBC's Eamon Javers tweeting that the White House issues guidance indicating that the meeting today will be in the Situation Room. It'll be closed pressed. That meaning they will not be seeing any of it on TV.
You can kind of see though that this 06 half is more balanced than the 06. No, they're both balanced, I guess. So we're gonna put the eyes in there. I and I. Good morning, IQ. So that it's really critical that we keep our risk reward correct. Even though they do seem to be selling it very aggressively, we cannot sell 06, 06F. Because there is too great of a risk that it comes way back up to the 07 half area. They seem to be whipping it around. Man, that E-mini is looking strong, though. And they got above that pivot there, so what's next? Probably 082? If you want to go to yesterday's close, it would be 2510. But there was some pivots down here. So, I don't know. Let's see the interest at 06. I think that price may end up being one of the few places where they don't just straight up pull. We're doing over here. Yeah, so this chat is nice, but it doesn't not perfect. So it's like, let me restart it. So you can see it says 2 of 3 connected because Discord is not connected.
Comes from a U.S. official as well, the acting U.S. Defense Secretary, telling the Pentagon leaders in closed-door talks to remember China, China, China.
But then it shows me 0 viewers. So we can't get that information. But YouTube says there's 7 people on YouTube, so. And it's like the robot, it just cannot see. It's just not in there. I think that by later today it will be in there, and then maybe it'll let us do that. Yeah, well, I was right about that 06 not pulling. Tick up. All right, so that looks like a little bit of maybe. How big are these bubbles here in the E-mini? 1690.79. Some big icebergs flying here, and the equity markets. Let's fix our cumulative delta on this chart. I don't know what messes that up, but it's really annoying. Okay. Does look like the delta long is subsiding a little bit. So they may start turning around and going short. And that's going to give us our pullback in treasuries. Suppose you could buy 06. I'll see the boobs on John's chart. Wait, what? You talking about that spot way back up there? On the 365-day volume profile? I'm wondering, what does the volume profile look like on... So we're still at 16. So I'm going to be careful. Even if I'm right here and it comes back up and I decide to get short, it may just, go for a real rush up too. Especially if the mini's going down. Right here though, this does not look as strong in ES. This move up doesn't look as strong. And so for 05 half to be pulling there and everything seems a little premature. And they have, well, so if there's a little bit of liquidity at 13, the pattern today would say that we're going to touch 12 and then we're going to bounce. So if I see that kind of overextension, then maybe I might go long. Maybe too late to get long. I think you have a pretty good chance there at 05 half. Trump doesn't understand his leverage is gone. Well, see, they're bidding the treasuries up here because the E-mini did not make a new high there. They came up short at 24.80 or so. We'll clear these trades up so we can kind of get a picture of where it's... Yep, there they coming back down. Okay, so here's E-mini making another move up again. Treasury is still kind of very range bound, although 5-year did just break out. Did break out there a little bit. But the question is, are they going to get higher than they did last time? Okay, strong bid on that uptick. We could still potentially buy it at 06, actually. Push lower. That was a really strong breakout in the E-mini, by the way. So that was the best that we got on being able to go short. And I was actually thinking about buying it there. That's funny. Well, I don't know if it's going to give me a low risk spot. They're very much trying to swing you around, you know?
Bit of equity news now. Spiegel reporting that United Internet is among the German 5G tender challenges.
Okay, so now the E-mini possibly stopping there. Morning, Yoda. See you there. 10 minutes later. Good grief. I'm just not paying attention, folks. I'm sorry. I'm wondering here, though. At 045. Suspiciously weak. You're running into the top of a support zone in the treasuries now. Yeah. Would you get filled there, though? At the moment, it looks doubtful. Try it, because this one, they're both doing it. Okay. So I actually want that. Okay. Ooh. Oh my. Well, I really like how that happened. That continues to hold. We get a little bit of a pull there. You can get that below 2,000, please. Okay. The E-mini actually decided to try and make another little bit of a run there, but it failed. Now is back at the bottom of that range. Could that be a false breakout? Tough call to make. There's now been 5,000 at 04 half. So regardless of whether this trade works out or not, I did definitely see something there. Made a good call on at least a potential spot. You can see that that E-mini is not quite given up yet. Looking for ZB to go to 08. Okay, so a big offer is being left behind here now in the E-mini. It might drive things down. They're gonna take it. There you go. Now the E-mini is selling. Oh, but they did not break through the 05. Hmm. See, they're just not quite doing what it takes to get through that. My goodness. Finally. Fine. Fine. Okay. See, that is not... So it just ticks back down again? I would love to hold it and see if I could get the 3 ticks out of it, but this is way too much liquidity there for me to hold it. So that there's no way for me to tell. And it ticks back down again. This time with 26 on the offer. 336. And 04.5 is pulling. They could sell that. There's a lot of people. We never quite got back to a buying condition. Never got back to a net buying condition. Okay. Now they're holding some volume at 05. Beer must have gotten really dry because my lips are getting super chapped. It's super cold here in Utah. You could potentially get long at 04.5 again. It is kind of pulling, and they didn't really trade a whole lot into it, so there's still a chance that you get in there and get through. I'm not quite seeing what I saw there last time, though. When I saw there last time, I thought that if I got filled, that somebody would defend it, and that is exactly what happened. Okay, so when they ticked down, somebody did buy it back up. You see that? Okay, but they've filled him. Interesting that I made money on buys today. Would have been much better to have been short, wouldn't it? But that one, when it was like back up at 08 and they sold it, that was like, how are you gonna know that one was gonna come? That sure felt like it just came out of nowhere. Somebody dumped, I think. It must have been somebody long up, starting from, like, I think this guy here, he must have gotten along here at 065. And then when it came back and it started coming against him, he was like, oh, I better get out, a break even. So he did. And then there wasn't a whole lot of interest, so it came back up a little bit, and then they just pushed it down. Now that one, it came down very little change in cumulative delta, actually. And this has been here in this for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it is actually in my 11 tick zipper reversal area. I can buy that, actually. Okay. If it doesn't do it on this uptick, though, then I have to bail. Hmm. Well, that's curious. I can kind of see some sellers coming in. There's some divergence here. Yep, I like that. I like that 42 at 04 half. E-mini at the bottom of the range, not quite ready to break out. There's a lot of selling though on it. Equity or treasuries ticked up. 05 half is still thick. Hmm. So I like that it's now only 2000 at 05 half. So there was 5. So they did pull. I like the look of the cumulative delta in the E-mini. Okay, there was the uptick. So 06 was the breakout. That's the 80% one. And given there's this big order down here in ES at 85, 24, 85. So I think that they're going to try and push it down through that. It's pretty typical for them to do that. And look at the delta. It's like all the shorts are bailing now. It's actually not necessarily good.
Just looking in the Dallas Fed Texas Service Sector Revenue Index coming in at 10.1 in December versus the prior of 21.4, with the sector index of general business activity outlook at -5 in December, prior of 11.4.
Seems to me like buyers in the E-mini bailed there very quickly. Yeah. I think they still might go for this though. Okay. Well, can only handle that so much. Now that I'm out, it'll probably go. Yeah. Why did I close that last trade? That's a good question. Um, I mean, part of it is the time, but I didn't like that it was still range bound, and it should have been busting through there. Where did I get it from? It was from 05. So maybe I could have. I definitely should have put in it at 6. But and the problem is I'm not sure if the target, the 06 half, is actually going to be touched. See? And they're pulling it. They're pulling it, but then they're not buying it. So it's like the buyers are pulling. There's guys with offers on here, and they're pulling them off to try and make it look weak. So I'm just not sure. I was like, well, I got the 1 tick. Normally, to get that third one, it would be a lot easier. Yeah, this range is great support. Now that is true. I agree with that. But the problem is that I don't know if I have enough time to wait. I don't know. I should have waited for the 06. Definitely should have waited for the 06. I mean, it's like a week price. But part of my other problem was that what I saw in the E-mini happened a little too fast. See how it's already back to 05 half? So I was wrong about taking it at 06. Wait, because I got in at 05. So I got in at 05 and I got out at 05 half. I could have gotten out at 06, but you notice that it's not getting weak at 06. So what it's saying to me is that it's still in the range, and the probability of it coming out either side is becoming extremely uncertain, because there's a point the trade. Well, so let's go back. The reason I got into the trade was because of how long it had been in that range. and I know that when it's been in that range for a certain time, I have a stat that tells me that there's a really good chance of it reversing, and that you would get that 06. There's like a 80% chance that you're going to get that 06. And then there's a 60% chance that you're going to get the 06 half. But the problem is that they didn't take the 06 half. So I thought that I had already missed it. And that's why I took it off at 05 half, because I was like, okay, well, I might have already missed my chance to get filled at 06, so I better take this 05 half right now. But the 06 ended up being a little bit more flaky than I expected, wasn't it? So I could have taken it off at 06. But does that make a little bit more sense? Because I think you're saying, oh, hey, this is like a really, really good support zone, and you should just buy it and hold it here. But that wasn't really the trade that I was trying to make. It was a trade that was only intended to make 2 to 3 ticks. And see, now 05 half has failed again. I don't know. I mean, you might have a good point there, Yoda. I think I traded that particular trade the way that it was intended, the way that I've tested it, and the best way to trade it. Could have gotten one more out of it, but taking the profit was the right thing. Because I just know, like, when you don't get the 3 ticks, there's something's up. Because it's very, very likely to do so. But it's like, let me draw the picture. We're going to draw the picture. Oh, how come I don't have it up? How come I don't have it up? There it is.
Bit of equity news now. RIATV, Bank of Courage Administrator McDonough saying that no merger is on the horizon for the bank.
So you got this, and what we tend to do is we come out by 1 and 3, okay? And there's this other one where it comes like this, and then it comes back down into here, and then it could do this, or it could do like that, if that makes sense. See, here's this. Okay. So this one is 60%. These two are, sorry, let me rephrase it. Then there's this one right here. Oh, and we have to show where it came from. You have to know where it came from, right? Okay, this one right here happens 20% of the time. Okay? This one, what is it? So all of these together happen 80%. Okay? This one right here, this one in particular, happens 20% of the time. Okay. So that leaves me with the other 60%. So, oh, sorry, I got that wrong. I was looking at the wrong thing. The one where, oh, no, that's right. That one is happens 20% of the time. Okay. So we know that it wasn't this one. And so we already knew they were in here because we got the plus 2. So the question was still, are you going to get the plus 3? So at that point, your chances here, when you get into like, it's a quarter, I don't know. Hold on, I have to think about this for a second. These two happen 60% of the time. So I had a 2/3 chance that it was going to come up. All right. Yes, that's right. Okay, so I had I knew that I was up in here in this area, right? And so that gives a 2/3 chance that we're going to get 3 ticks. And what happened? They ticked up to it. 06 half. Oops. Need to use this one. 06 half. It got up there. Where's my little chart thing? Where's the Vista chart? Okay. So when we came up there to 06 half, what happened? It didn't pull, or there wasn't anything unusual there. They came up and the 06 half just remained solid, like they were waiting for a fill, and nothing went into it, and we ticked back down. And it was there for quite some time as well, right? So when it ticked back down, that immediately was like, okay. Well, the chances of it ticking that was really high. And so that it didn't tick that was like what I was looking for. And because it didn't happen, I was immediately like, okay, something's wrong. I need to just get what I can. And we were already down 1 tick, so I was like, oh, okay, I guess I have to just take the 1. Now I could have gotten the 2, but that, I don't know if you're still listening, Yoda, but I hope that was a good explanation of why I did it. Now it turns out that in this particular time that I just happened to be right, because what we were getting at was like, I knew I was up in here, right? And then we were ticking back into it. We hadn't ticked back into 05 half yet, but it looked like we were going to. Then at that point, so if it ticks back to 05 half, which one of these two is it? Like, I don't know what the probability is at that point. I've never tested it. So now it's like 50-50, and you've got like this risk reward is like not, I don't know. Maybe that is okay because well, no, because you're not necessarily risking 2 to 3 anymore, are you? So now you're risking 2 to 2 and you got 50-50 chance, so then it doesn't make sense. So, yeah. Maybe need to rethink that through a little bit more, but I just knew based off of experience that was what tends to happen, so I don't know. You know, there's one other thing I should point out here. Hold on. One other thing I should point out here. I was long on a day where, since we've opened, we've been moving down. So I also kind of knew that the chances of me getting something that I'm probably only going to get 2 or 3 on the long side anyways. And I didn't want to be caught on like E-mini decides to go for another new high and just blasts out there. Can you see what like ES did exactly what I was worried about. Look, everybody was long. Okay, we reached this peak. They all got out. When everybody got out, then it wasn't low enough. So there was no reason for sellers to open up short there at that point, especially since their risk reward is poor. So everybody got back in again, and now we made a slightly higher high, but the delta is still diverging. So, we'll see. Now that you get another divergence. Now it's kind of now you're kind of getting some weird stuff. And though clearer, no, it doesn't. How are we guys doing on YouTube? Got any questions before I close things down? Still a quiet day. I'm going to expect things to not be too lively until after Friday, and then I'm sure everybody come back. But
Bit of equity news now. Handelsblatt reporting that Generali searches acquisition targets in Germany. They are citing comments from the Generali CEO, Philip Donay.
IQ's still holding it. Job IQ. Okay, well, anyways, I'm going to post my notes. Something's going on in cryptocurrencies, guys. We might see some drama over there, and I don't think that it's going to be positive for holders. Well, I could have made a lot more today, but coming out with 4 +1 trades in a row and +2 and everything, and having a couple of them had been, could have gotten 2 ticks out of. They're pretty good. That one was obviously, I got tricked there. I kind of knew it, but I did it anyways. I don't know. There was a chance I was going to go through there, but that was a bad trade. And it was really the wrong spot to be. Like, that was, oof. Oof, oof, oof. That was like, if I had gotten short, could have held that one all day. So, yeah. All right, well, thank you guys for joining me. I think things will probably be slow tomorrow as well. I mean, I guess it wasn't like too bad. Action was actually okay. I mean, I had space to get in, but obviously it's not like back to, there's not high interest per se. Though they do get thick in some places. So when things get going again after Friday, I think we could have really, really good trading. So I'm really looking forward to next week. Oh, look at the ZB is just really selling there. Oh, there's 07. Yeah, I'm interested to see here IQ what he's gonna say. Oh, he's not gonna say. I don't know. I'd like to know when you're on a trade like that, because he got short at like 18, I want to say, or was it back at the 20s? Not quite sure. But when you get one like that, at what point do you say, I'm in profit and it's coming back too much, so I need to get out? Or do you just wait until it's going negative and then you cut it off? Or even then, do you let it go all the way to your risk and then come all the way down? Like, were you that certain that it was going to get to 07? Now that we're below the bull bear zone, though, we could move further, potentially. Potentially. Yeah. Like this thing right here, like to 145.31, potentially. Well, anyways. I'm just blabbing now. It is time for me to go. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow.